What's going on, everyone? Tiger727 here. First thing I want to start off with saying this past week is normally the baseball winter meetings. It's one of the things I look forward to in the off season. It's kind of one of those breaker points for me between the World Series and spring training, and didn't happen this year. So kind of bummed out on that one, I guess. I mean, it's something I always look forward to, and didn't happen. And I was surprised at how, I guess they had some virtual meetings this week, but nothing really big happened. I mean, I saw Dave Dombrowski sign with the Phillies today to be their president of baseball operations, and a few minor deals. Rule 5 draft was yesterday, I believe. But so yeah, if anybody else follows winter meetings or enjoys winter meetings, let me know. And just always fun to watch. That's all on my TV during this week. But wasn't much of that. So moving on to cards. A few videos ago, I mentioned the trading card database. I'm not going to go through everything just for the sake of time, but the stacks you see behind you, there's some Topps Gold Tigers. You see the 84 Donruss, Greg Gagne rookie, and there's some Bowman 2020 Bowman. A few cards I needed to complete that set, and then there's some Fleer Metal and 1996 Fleer. When that 96 Fleer came out, had that vintage look to it. It wasn't glossy, just that really flat. The checklists are glossy, but the base cards, they just got that really flat paper look to them, and really like those. So I'm trying to work on that set. I only have a handful of those, but I am trying to work on it slowly but surely. So, but some of the bigger things I wanted to show, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the Vintage Composer. Let's see if I can get this. Here we go. I'm sure most people here are familiar with him. Move these cards out of the way. He actually hooked up with me on YouTube, actually a while back. Started following my channel. I started following his channel. Great videos, very informative. Sometimes it amazes me the stats that he comes up with, or the history of the game, and I wish I had the time and the want to dig as deep, or the ability, I guess. But a thing called life and work gets in the way. But either which way, if you're not familiar with his channel, check it out. Very interesting. I love his videos. I always look forward to the next one because they're always got some crazy stuff going on. But so anyway, we made a trade on trading card database, and he sent me some stuff. I don't remember exactly what I even sent him, to be honest with you, but I'll go through what he sent me. It was a David Justice Fleer Metal for 96 set that I'm working on. These two Donruss Diamond Kings, Fred Lynn, and shout out to Wade Boggs fan, Wade Boggs. I'm working on all the Diamond King sets. Dale Murphy, 84 Donruss. Andre Dawson, 84 Donruss. A couple, he sent me a Pistons schedule and an 08 Tiger schedule. I actually do collect the schedules from the whatever years I go to the ballpark. So I have a handful of those. Sent me a few bag walls. Let me see here. Another Hall of Famer here. And another some other Wade Boggs stuff here. I'm sure John, Wade Boggs collector, already has this stuff. Speaking of which, if you haven't checked out his channel, which I'm sure most of you have, I highly recommend you do. Very knowledgeable, very interesting channel, and quite the Wade Boggs collection. Barry Bonds, I've been PC in Barry Bonds, and I don't think I have this card. Actually, most of the cards, majority of the cards that were sent to me from the Vintage Composer there, I did not have. There's a handful of them I did have, but the majorities I did not. I don't think I had this Bonds card. I know for a fact I did not have this 91 score. I've never even seen this card before until it came in the mail last week. Got some George Brett here. Record breaker. Donruss, salute to his career. Here's a card that's good for me being a Ripken and a Tiger collector. I don't think believe it or not, as common as these cards are, this entire Fleer set, I'm not sure if I've ever seen this card. But you got Tony Fernandez, who I believe just passed away in the early spring or spring, early summer, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got Ripken Jr. and Alan Trammell. I will probably at some point send this in for PSA, just because. Steve Searcy, we're watching him back in the day. It's 89 Topps Future Stars. This is a 90, I believe, if I'm right. 90 Topps, 90 or 91. 90, yep. And Gary Pettis, Lou Whitaker, Maglio Ordonez. Really liked Maglio. Obviously spent a good part of his career with the White Sox, and then the last probably 5 or 6 years with the Tigers of his career. And now he's a mayor down in the Dominican somewhere, I believe. Hank Greenberg, baseball times greats. I forget when these came out. I want to say the early 90s or something, late 80s, early 90s. But either which way, it's Hank Greenberg. So I actually read a book not long ago on Hank Greenberg. Very interesting story. Actually, I can grab the book really quick here and show you guys. If any of you are into reading, I've been trying to do more and more reading as time goes on here. See if I can move this back here a little bit. But so yeah, I read this probably about a year ago. Learned some interesting facts in there, and not just baseball facts, just some general history of American history and stuff about Germany and stuff like that, and the unfortunate circumstances and the horrible history of the Holocaust. There was some stuff in there about that as well. Moving on, Miguel Cabrera. I did not have this card. This is a National Baseball Card Day, which they do, I think, every year for 2019. So it's cool to have that. And I was not expecting this. He threw in some extra cards. A lot of these, actually, I forgot to mention earlier, are extra cards. We threw in a Walt Terrell autograph, which was super cool, off the 89 Fleer. I believe that is 89 Fleer. And then he threw in the Tom Brookens autograph for me. So very, very much appreciated. I can't thank him enough for those two autos. I did not have an auto of either one of these guys, but now I do. Don't know what either one of them are up to right now. Brookens was obviously, he was the first base coach for the Tigers up until Ron Gardenhire took over. And but he was there for Osmus, and he might have been there the first year for Gardenhire. I don't remember for sure. So I'm not sure what they're up to these days, but either which way, two autographs in my collection. I picked up these Topps Gold cards really quick on eBay for my Tiger collection, Jose Iglesias, and these are 2015s. Porcello, who's now a free agent, spent the last year with the Mets. Team card. Anibal Sanchez, who was with the Nationals last I knew, won the World Series there with them. I actually picked up two of these for $1 each. David Peralta rookie cards, rookie Topps Gold cards. If you look up these individually, they're about on eBay. They're going for about 10 to 15 bucks. Even on COMC, they're going for about 8 to 12 or something like that. But I got both of these for $1 each. If you remember from my previous videos, I am a Diamondbacks fan, so those were happy to be part of my collection. And this is probably the biggest thing that I've purchased over the last couple of weeks. Is this 1958 Topps Tigers Big Bats, Harvey Keehan and Al Kaline. Move this over. Obviously, everybody, or pretty much everybody knows Al Kaline's story. He recently passed away in the spring of 2020. Harvey Keenan passed away in the late 80s in Arizona. But he was born and raised in Wisconsin. Played for the Tigers for his first few years, Phillies, Angels, and then he ended up managing the Brewers um, in the late 70s, early 80s, I believe it was. So, and really quick, when I saw it on eBay for a 3, I was like, well, I don't really care what the grade is. But if you look closer, I don't know. I think it should be better than a 3. I could be wrong. I don't see, I mean, there's obviously some issues with it, but the surface, from the best I can tell, looking in the best lighting I have, obviously on camera it's hard to see. Um, but again, for me, one of the big topics on a lot of these YouTube channels these days is, buy the card, not the grade, and that I'm a big fan of. But sometimes you just look at these and you're like, how do these cards grade so low? But whatever. I guess you know me from my other videos. I'm not worried about it. Never did I expect to even have this card in my collection. Not that it's that sought after or that hard to find, but I'm just super happy to have it. So I love the vintage look to it, and of course it's Al Kaline. So as a Tiger fan, you can't go wrong. But other than that, I've kept you guys long enough. Hope everybody's doing well. I'll talk to you later.